Both coaches know how tough that was, and certainly Kyle Shanahan with the offense. But it wasn't an offensive game because, like, we know what San Francisco is defensively, and it's like Dallas's defense said, Boog, like, wait a minute, how come everybody's just talking about them and then our offense? So both of these defenses get a pretty big ovation. But to McCarthy's point, you know, the Niners got the stops when they needed them more than Dallas.
Yeah, both defenses played outstanding, Boom, especially in the first half. I thought the Dallas defense wore down a little bit in the second half. The 49ers finished with 113 yards rushing. Boom, they got 86 of those in the second half. So the physicality of the 49ers in the second half was great, and their ability to confuse Dak Prescott just enough to slow that Cowboy offense down. And when Pollard went out, the Cowboys offense lacked explosiveness, and it showed, Boom. So both defenses played really good football, but in the end, the 49ers defense made just enough plays in the run game and on Dak Prescott.
Well, and sacks weren't a ton.
Correct, yes.
But again, they made the 2 interceptions.
Pressure.
Did they disguise some of the I mean, Lamb caught 10 balls.
He did.
He had a big game, but that was about it as it turned out after Pollard
It was their ability to take away once CeeDee Lamb had his catches, but no one else got involved. And so Dak Prescott was back there looking for CeeDee Lamb, and there was no one else. Dalton Schultz, he had the touchdown, but nothing else. And so they needed another playmaker. That's why the Tony Pollard injury was so big. He's their explosive guy that they get the football to on screens and swing passes. They didn't have that guy. So Dak Prescott spent all day looking for CeeDee Lamb. He had Michael Gallup on the post. He missed it. Prescott pressed a little bit early, and then he was off a little bit late, and so that Cowboy offense never got in rhythm today.
Well, and give the Niner defense.
Yes.
I mean, they did a pretty good job on Nick Bosa, who led football inside. George Kittle. I mean, like Kelsey yesterday, these are the best tight ends in football, and they're two of the biggest reasons why their two teams are in the championship game, San Francisco for the 3rd time in the last 4 years.
But when you think about how do you make a rookie quarterback feel comfortable? You allow him to throw across the middle of the field. Well, who's generally working the middle of the field? It's the tight end. And in the second half, George Kittle was outstanding. And most of the time, Boom, when Brock Purdy gets in trouble, he looks for the tight end. Just like Mahomes looks for Kelsey, Purdy looks for Kittles, and there was no more clear picture than that today. Look at these catches, Boom, down the middle of the field. He's working the seams. And then the personality to go with it.
Yeah, the best.
It's like Linus and the blanket. It's Purdy and Kittle. Like they just kind of go together. And when I get in trouble, I know I got a tight end that I can throw the football to. And if I just get it near him, he'll make the catch.
We keep waiting for Purdy to be. Well, look, Dallas defense
early on
he makes some play, right?
He kind of looked like a rookie early on today.
But no turnovers.
No turnover, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that a big part of it?
Don't turn it over, and then he settled down, and he found Kittle, and they ran the ball a little bit better in the second half.
Real quick on Dallas.
Yeah.
Look, you're disappointed. It's a game they could have won. I mean, it was that type of game. But this is the first time in a long while they've been in 2 straight years. I'm not trying to just say, okay, silver lining, Dallas lost. They're not, their goal is to get to and win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But back-to-back seasons like this, with that defense of Dan Quinn, who knows if he'll still be there, right? And with Pollard and Zeke, I see them maybe being able to maybe make the next step next year. Do you?
I think they can. 2 straight years the Cowboys have finished their season where the head coach is going to have to answer questions about his game management and clock issues at the end of the game. That's number one. Number two, the quarterback has proved he's a good quarterback. But can Dak Prescott be among the great? Notice what we saw today from Joe Burrow, what we saw from Patrick Mahomes earlier. Those guys that can play and elevate their teams, Dak Prescott has to prove he can do that and take it to the next level. And they need another playmaker or two on offense because when Pollard went out, it was just CeeDee Lamb and no one else.
They do. And back to San Francisco real quick, storied history.
Yes.
We all know it. So the 49ers now have won 12 straight. We took it 12 and counting. 89 when they won the Super Bowl, they blew Denver out, and it ended in 90. They won 18 in a row, but this is the second. 84, they were 15-1 and won the Super Bowl. So I mean, we're talking about Niner teams that are among the greats. I'm not saying this is unique. Rookies won 7 games, but they have won 12 in a row going into Philadelphia. We will talk about that game in a minute. That's going to be
slobber knocker.
That will be a slobber knocker.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.